They go by many names: Sam Crow, the Redwood original, the Men of Mayhem, but we of course know them as the Sons of Anarchy. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of The Toy Shelf. I'm your host Mitch Live, and I collect action figures. Today we'll be looking at some Mezco toys based on the hit TV series Sons of Anarchy, created by Kurt Sutter, following a gang of biker outlaws in a little town called Charming. The show spanned for 7 seasons, which just recently came out on Netflix, so I thought, what better time to bust out the old collection, to dust off the old collection. I first checked out Sons of Anarchy because I was a big fan of Kurt Sutter's earlier show, The Shield, and there was a lot of hype around the show, so I didn't get into it on the ground floor. I was later, but yeah, it's a pretty good show. Stood up to the hype. The show's main protagonist and my first figure is Jax Teller. Jax is a second-generation club member. His father was the former president of the club. And you've heard the phrase, no honor among thieves, but this biker club is super serious when it comes to rules and loyalty. You know, when it suits them. At the beginning of the series, the club is led by Clay Morrow. Clay Morrow is the former best friend and former vice president to Jack's father, John Teller. Clay is played by Ron Perlman, and I think this is some of his best acting. It's one of my favorite roles of his. You know it's good acting when you really, really hate the guy. He plays one of the most evil and manipulative characters on TV. I'm talking like Cersei Lannister level of evil and manipulation. And Clay is also married to his best friend's widow and Jack's mom, Gemma. Gemma Teller Morrow. Awkward! Gemma is played by Katie Seagal, and depending on what generation you grew up in, you'll either recognize her as Peg Bundy from Married with Children, or you might recognize her as the voice of Leela from Futurama. And finally, we've got a fan favorite, Opie. Now, Opie... Anyway, Opie is definitely a fan favorite, and this is where the figure line stops. This is all the figures that they make. Except, of course, for the many alternates that they make. Damn you, alternate versions! You know what none of these figures come with? A f***ing motorcycle! I mean, come on, Mezco. That's some pretty low-hanging fruit. See, Gemma here comes with this little skateboard. Not because she skates, because of that one scene in that one episode where she grabbed a skateboard and hit somebody. But let's just count really quick how many episodes features motorcycles. There's 1, 2, 3, f***ing all of them! Every single episode! But I digress. The likeness of the figures is pretty solid. Pretty good looking Katie Seagal there. All of them actually, they do a pretty good job of the likeness in the face. These figures are definitely not posable, but I mean their posture and their clothes, they're really authentic looking and they stand pretty solid. So overall I'd say they're pretty decent figures. Decent! They all come with a pair of alternate hands, either wearing gloves or barehanded, depending on which comes with the figure. And Jax also comes with a copy of his father's manuscript, which of course is a significant plot point in the show. Just watch the show. And that's it. That's the entire collection here. Since all the other figures in this toy line are just alternates, I'm gonna go ahead and call this collection complete, earning ourselves another collection complete stamp. As always, you could purchase your own Sons of Anarchy figures using links in the description below, and by using those links to purchase your figures, you'll also be supporting the Toy Shelf channel. And if you aren't looking to buy your own, you can always like and subscribe and tell a friend. That's it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Toy Shelf. We'll see you next time, and remember, you're never too old to play with toys. And that is it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Toy Shelf. Thanks for hanging out with us. Little Mike Tyson. For some reason, I always get that list right at the end. So that's it for another week. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Toy Shelf. I'm your host, Mitch Live, and remember, you're never too old to play with toys.